Well, thanks for joining us on Bloomberg Quint. I have with me Varun Chawla, co-founder of 91Springboard. Varun, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, man.
Now, you have just raised one growth round of funding. Tell us about the funds that you have raised. Who are the investors who are participating in this round?
Sure. So to date, we're very proud and privileged to say we've raised in excess of $30 million. Our most recent round was in excess of $10 million. We've been lucky to be supported by many of our previous investors. It's always solid to know that they believe in the story and continue to want to support us even at higher and higher valuations. So our investors are family offices from the Middle East, from the US, and this time we were very happy to also involve a Japanese fund, which is a combination of a publicly listed company called Freakout and a big bank in Japan called Shinsei Bank.
Over the last 2 years, we have seen a whole bunch of co-working spaces coming up and setting their foot in India. We have seen the global ones. WeWork is also, they came in last year. Yeah. What separates you from the lot?
Sure. So my view is that there are three big categories for how people have approached this. One is price point, how premium you are or how mainstream you are. Second one is the type of customer audience that you've gone after, enterprise customers versus startup, SMEs, freelancers, or a mix of them. And the third one is it an infrastructure play or is it a community play? Right? So that is, I think, the three types of differences I feel in approach people have taken. 91Springboard specifically has said we're not going with a premium approach, we're going with a mid-market approach. We want the masses in India to be able to take on our product, leverage it, and grow themselves. We've also decided that we don't want to take just an enterprise approach or just a startup approach. We actually want a a heterogeneous approach, one where all types of consumer groups can come. Startups, SMEs, freelancers, corporates, we want all of them there, right? When you have different types of people, there's much more to talk about, right? And finally, when you bring them all here, what do you do with them? How do you help them put big smiles on their faces, and how do you help the bottom line of their companies more and more, right? Those are the activities that we're focused on. We call that community and collaboration. We invest in our people, our training, our systems to drive that. That is our objective. So mid-market pricing, get as many people as we can from as many different backgrounds as we can, and when they're here, how do we get them to enjoy their lives and improve their business?
And lastly, Varun, what kind of targets you have for FY19? And what kind of plans you have for expanding your footprint for smaller town, tier 2, tier 3 towns?
Sure. So we're talking about our March 31, 2019 targets. So we would be doubling from where we are today. We are likely to add 1, perhaps 2 additional cities. We are presently in 9 cities across India. So that is how it looks. We have started actively exploring tier 2 cities, but currently our belief is very cautious because whatever we've seen in terms of market research, there is demand, but demand is for a slightly different product than we offer, and ability to pay is less, and volume of demand is also less. So how we approach those markets has to be very scientific, because we're one of the players that across India, we're the only profitable pan-India player. And I think that has come from our discipline and scientific approach to every location that we open. Currently, the tier 2 markets aren't clearly saying this is going to be successful. So we're taking our time, thinking through that model before we go whole hog.
Varun, great speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, man. Thank you so much.